As the anticipation for the Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight builds up, fans and critics alike have been voicing their opinions on the significance of the bout. One of the most intriguing statements came from Ryan Garcia himself, who declared that this fight was a legacy fight for him. "Titles are titles, but this is really a world title fight for me," he said, indicating that he considers the fight to be more meaningful than any championship belt. Although the fight is not for a world title or even a secondary one, as it's being fought at a catch weight of 136 pounds, Ryan Garcia is confident that it's a fight that will define his legacy. He acknowledged the sacrifices he had to make to get the fight over the line, and stated that a win over Gervonta Davis would put him in the conversation as one of the best fighters in the world. Despite the lack of a championship belt on the line, Ryan Garcia believes that this fight holds more significance than any title fight. He spoke about his pursuit of truth in the sport and how winning a belt from someone who just happens to hold it wouldn't make him a champion. Instead, he's focused on fighting the best fighters in the world to prove his worth. However, critics have pointed out that Gervonta Davis isn't a world champion and never established himself as the most dominant force at 135 pounds. He currently holds a vacant Mickey Mouse belt that he won in a fight against Yuriorkis Gamboa back in 2019, which is little more than a stepping stone to the full world title. But Ryan Garcia views this fight as a world title fight in the absence of an actual world title, as it would crown the best lightweight or super lightweight in the world. However, some argue that this is not the purpose of alphabet titles, which are supposed to narrow down the talent pool by the process of elimination. Instead, this fight is more about two popular young fighters, who have been contemporaries for a while, settling their differences to decide who's the best among them. It's not about crowning the best in the division, but rather the best between Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. While it may not be a meaningful fight for the rest of the world, it definitely is for Ryan Garcia, who sees this as his first significant fight. If Ryan Garcia manages to knock out Gervonta Davis, his popularity and marquee value will rise even more. However, his legacy will still need to add more to it, as this is just the first meaningful fight he's ever had. While it's understandable why he views this fight as a legacy fight, he will need to do more to cement his place among the greats in the sport. One of the most significant criticisms of Ryan Garcia is that he hasn't faced many tough opponents. He's often been accused of cherry-picking his opponents, fighting only those who pose no significant threat to his undefeated record. Some even suggest that he has yet to face a fighter who is on the same level as Gervonta Davis, making this fight a real test for him. However, Ryan Garcia has been training hard for this fight and has shown significant improvement in his skills. He's worked on his speed, head movement, and overall ring generalship, which could prove to be the difference maker in the fight. If he manages to beat Gervonta Davis, he will have proved his critics wrong and cemented his place among the greats. Despite the criticism, there's no denying that Ryan Garcia is a talented fighter with a lot of potential. He has speed, power, and a charismatic personality that has helped him build a massive following on social media.